Iata for calling my neighbor a Disneyland dad? I, F31, have 4 children. Children, as we all know, tend to have zero volume control, and I tend to let them play around between the hours from 9 a.m. to 7 p.m., within reason of course. Today they bundled up and spent some time in the backyard to make it winter-friendly. They hang birdhouses and food, help me prep the plants, trees. We were having a good time talking about birds and how many we'd see this year when my neighbor popped his head over the fence. The back of his backyard borders the back of mine, and asked us to quiet down because he could hear us in his kitchen and he wanted silence after a long day of work. I told him we'd be done and going inside in about an hour or so. This was around 4 p.m. He rolled his eyes and commanded me to go inside now. I said no. He went on this long rant about how he knows what it's like to be a single parent, but that's not an excuse for lazy parenting, that kids weren't that hard to quiet down and that maybe they'd be better behaved with a man in the house. I told him that he was talking a big game for someone who sees his kids 4 days a month, a weekend every other week, and that I wouldn't be taking parenting advice from someone whose biggest contribution to raising his kids was taking them on fun trips twice a month. He called me a raging bitch, and said that his choices regarding custody have nothing to do with his parenting abilities. I argued that if the very limited time he spent with his kids was his choice, that made him a Disneyland dad. He kicked the fence and stomped inside. My other neighbor overheard and thinks I might. They touched upon a sore subject with bringing up how often he sees his kids. Iata? Edit. I feel like I need to clarify that I don't let the zero volume control run wild. I correct them when needed, hence the within reason part of my statement.